Hello there, Lunar Squadron, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Now, last time we spoke to you all, we were breaking down the latest LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga trailer, and in that video, we promised you all a breakdown of the map which featured in that trailer. Now, as you all know, in that map there were a few mystery planets, and we've gone ahead and dug deep and found exactly which planets those are, and also, in so doing, we've actually uncovered something pretty substantial about how to traverse this open world. That's right, it is in fact an open universe that you will all be able to traverse through, at least if our theory holds true. Now, before we get into more details, if you haven't done so already, please do feel welcome to subscribe to the channel. You're all welcome to enlist in the Lunar Squadron. All you have to do is hit that little subscribe button and the bell notification button right on next to it. It's gonna let you know every time that Nick, Grievous, and I upload the latest and greatest Star Wars, LEGO Star Wars, Indiana Jones, gaming content, and all that good stuff that you all love and enjoy. Also, if you haven't done so already, please do feel welcome to join our Discord. The link will be in the description. And make sure to say hi on social media at Lunar Squadron on both Twitter and Instagram. Also, to those of you who have subscribed, please say hi in the comments down below. Anyways, Nick, you ready to get in this one?
Yeah, we have a lot of fun and exciting stuff to talk about in this one. Alright guys, the one question, or the series of questions on everyone's mind since the release of this brand new gameplay trailer for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is, what are these mysterious planets located on the galaxy map?
It ought to be here, but it isn't. Gravity is pulling all the stars in the area towards this spot.
Lost a planet, Master Obi Wan has. How embarrassing.
It's something that we've all been trying to figure out, and so we decided to sit down and do exactly that. And we believe, actually, we're certain that we have discovered what these hidden planets are. And the way we did that is we took a Star Wars galaxy map, a very in-depth, official Star Wars galaxy map that has everything from hyperspace lanes to sectors to everything, every little moon, anything. It has it all. And we compared the Star Wars galaxy map to the LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga map, and we figured it out. We figured out what the planets are, so let's get into that.
Yeah, so just like Nick said, we kind of have this in-depth map on the right, which has just more detail than you could ever want about the map of the galaxy. And then on the left, as you guys see, we have the LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga map. Now, the LEGO Star Wars map is I guess, caricature of that more in-depth map, but things are kind of where they should be in this orientation, where you have the western reaches on the bottom, the unknown regions on the left, and then, you know, the interior in the center. Everything is oriented correctly here. Now, the first planet that we kind of were focusing on was the bottom planet with the question marks, which is located right next to Dagobah and Utapau. So, I guess based on the relationship to Dagobah and Utapau, it just made sense that that planet would be none other than
Mustafar. Because Mustafar on the official galaxy map is located right there, bottom, next to Dagobah and Utapau. This one was pretty easy.
Yeah, and of course we've seen a lot of Mustafar in the trailers. We know it's going to be in the game. This one, I wouldn't really sweat. It is totally going to be Mustafar. Now, we knew that the next one would be up and to the left of both Mustafar and Bespin, and the only real planet that made sense for that was none other than Takodana. That one, again, we've seen a lot of gameplay in the trailer. We saw Rey jumping up on Maz's castle. We know that this is going to be an in-depth world in the game. It's missing on the planetary map, and so this one is definitely going to be Takodana.
And any of the other planets within that area just wouldn't make sense other than like Batu, but Galaxy's Edge is just not going to be in this game at launch. And like you said, we know Takodana is in the game, so logically that just has to be Takodana. It can't be anything else.
And speaking of things that are that is gameplay that we've already seen, remember, you've all seen this clip a million times by now. Rey with the jetpack on
Jakku.
So this planet right here, which is a bit above Takodana, but a little to the left, is none other than Jakku. You can see it on the official planetary map here on the right as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there within the inner rim. Again, there is no other planet within that area on the official galaxy map that makes sense. Jakku is clearly in the game. It is one of the most important maps, one of the most important planets in the sequel trilogy. Simply put, this one's a slam dunk, has to be Jakku, which brings us to the next inner rim planet, which again is also extremely obvious because it is perhaps the most important planet outside of Tatooine in the entire Star Wars saga. We all know it, we all love it, and it's clearly missing from the Star Wars galaxy map in LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga. And that one is
Coruscant. And this is one that we already have confirmed from devs in interviews that the Skura district is something that you can actually run through and explore. We know it's an explorable world in this game. We've seen it, again, in the trailers. If you guys remember the last trailer, which you've probably seen every frame of a million times, there's Mace Windu running through that district. We know it's going to be in the game. We know it's going to be an explorable world, and that is exactly where it would be. It is 1000% Coruscant. Now, the last planet here, the one all the way in the upper left-hand corner, is probably the only one which is subject to be, one of two possibilities, I guess.
It's not a slam dunk like the other ones. The other four were just obvious slam dunks. They were clearly missing. They were omitted from the map. They had to be in the game. They are integral to the Star Wars Skywalker Saga. Like, they had to be there. These ones were obvious. This one, not as obvious, because there's two ways you could go with this.
Yeah, there really are. Now, the way that we've decided to go with this is, if you look at the planetary map, you will see in the top left-hand corner, Ilum. Now, those of you who don't know what Ilum is, that is the planetary mass that eventually became Starkiller Base. Now, we know that Starkiller Base has to be in this game in some way, shape, or form. It plays a massive part in the Force Awakens storyline. So it makes the most sense that that planet is the one that is going to be missing in the planetary map. Now, there's another possibility that this could be, right,
yes.
Nick?
Yes, there is. Within that same general area and region of the official galaxy map is also the planet of Hexagon. However, it doesn't really make sense for this planet to be Hexagon because when you think about Starkiller Base versus Hexagon, all of the sequences of The Rise of Skywalker take place within one specific area of the planet. We don't see any other parts of the planet. It all takes place basically within that Sith temple and above it, just in the airspace above it. Whereas Starkiller Base, you have the base. Inside the base, you have the forest surrounding the base, you have the airspace above the base, you have multiple locations that are visited within The Force Awakens. So, if the developers were going to sit down and dedicate an entire planet to the map and to the game, the logical choice here is for them to pick Starkiller Base.
Plus, everybody knows that you can't find Hexagon on a map. You need a Sith Wayfinder to find your way to Hexagon. So, who knows? You might need to find a Sith Wayfinder to get there in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga as well.
We're also not saying that Hexagon is not going to be in the game. We just think it's going to be featured as more of a location. Now, we're not sure exactly how they are planning on approaching locations because clearly the first Death Star, Death Star 2, Tantive 4 are in this game as we've seen footage from these locations in the game. However, they are missing from the map. So we don't have the whole story here. So that is to be seen.
Right.
But we do know that there is a planet in that region that is a major planet to the Skywalker Saga. And it just makes sense for it to be Starkiller Base.
So with all of that said, I think this is our official final lineup. This is our updated map. Go ahead, screenshot it, share it on Twitter, let everybody know that you think this is the official map. Or if you disagree with us. Let us know what you think we missed, or if you have any better theories, we surely do welcome them. Now, guessing planets in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is actually something not too foreign for this channel. That was actually our first LEGO Star Wars video that we ever made. And in that video, we guessed all 23 planets. At the time, we thought it would be 23 planets because that was what was revealed in the PC Mag interview. And the planets that we guessed were these right here. This was the list that we worked off of. Now, as we said, the one planet that was missing from that list was Hexagon, but it could be one of the locations that were hinted to in that interview. And as we all know, the two planets that we did miss that were ending up in this map that we have seen is Crate and Agen Kloss.
Yeah, we had both of those listed as locations, as we didn't think there was enough from the movies, kind of similarly to Hexagon, to warrant being their own planet. We thought they would be one of the locations, but looks like they're going to be a fully explorable planet. So
yeah, I think 22 out of 24 was an A.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's an A.
So that kind of settles the first half of this video, which is what are these missing planets that were mystery planets in that map with the question marks on them. Now I think that we have this whole game board set up. I think we are ready to discuss the second part of this video, which is what does this mean for space travel in this video game.
Now that we have the mystery planets uncovered, let's take a look at the overall map with those planets included. However, there is one glaring thing staring us right in the face, and that is a giant sector that has been undiscovered. It is locked, and within it are various planets that are locked. And now the big question is, how the hell do you get there? Now, we have sat down and come up with two theories to answer that question. Theory number one is, you simply fly into it. Now, assuming that this game follows the history of every other video game, and that you cannot fast travel to an area of the map that has been undiscovered or is locked, then you would get there by simply getting in your spaceship and flying into the sector. This would then confirm that open space travel is a thing in this game, and that the devs were simply showing us the fast travel mechanic that they were including in the game within this gameplay trailer. Say I want to go from Hoth to Cantonica that are on opposite sides of the map, and I don't have all day, you know, I'm a busy guy. I don't have time for this. I just want to fast travel, all right? I don't want to get in my spaceship, fly across, waste 5 minutes doing it. I just want to get there. This is seen in all kinds of games with big open maps. Skyrim, Red Dead Redemption. People want to just be able to fast travel to locations they've already been to so that they can continue with their game, continue the story, and just make things simply easier. Now, let's talk about theory number two.
So, we know a few things based on just our understanding of gaming. Like Nick said, we know that generally you can't fast travel to locations that you haven't discovered before. We actually know from this trailer that you cannot fast travel to a sector. Notice how when the cursor flies over the Arcanus sector in between Naboo and Dakar, there is no travel option. That travel option only pops up once you are hovering over a planet. So we know that fast travel is only available for planets. Now, we also know from interviews at E3 2019 with James McLaughlin as well as Arthur Parsons that you cannot go to locked areas on the map unless the story takes you there.
So for the open world aspect of the game, are you locked out of other parts of the game, or can you just explore what you want, or you have to follow the movie's script?
So the way we've done it is essentially as you play through an episode, planets you go to actually unlock in space. So essentially the galaxy expands the more through the story you play. So you could play all the way through New Hope, then start in Force Awakens, and then return to Tatooine if you wanted to. So the more you play through an episode, the more planets unlock as you go along.
If what James McLaughlin said is still true about the game today in 2021, that locked areas are only available once the story takes you there, this map might actually conflict with that, because Geonosis on this map is unlocked. So ask yourselves, how do you get to Geonosis in the Star Wars story? As you all know, Geonosis is an Episode 2 planet. However, in Episode 2, the story didn't take us all to Geonosis until it took us to Coruscant first. We know from this map that Coruscant is locked. So if the story has to take you there for you to have access to the planet, then how did we get to Geonosis if we haven't yet been to Coruscant? I think there are really two answers to that question.
The first answer to that question is, you could just start in the middle of a damn movie. You can do whatever the hell you want. Nothing matters. Everything is chaos. The world is anarchy. Do whatever you want. But that makes no damn sense. Why would you start in the middle of the movie? That just simply is not going to be the case. So, more likely, answer number 2 is probably the right one.
If you had to start at the beginning of a movie and then allow the story to carry you from planet to planet, it would make perfect sense that the Star Wars Skywalker Saga story has taken you to the planet Tatooine. This person has Tatooine unlocked already on this map. So it would have made sense that they either started in Tatooine, which is the starting planet in movies such as A New Hope and Return of the Jedi, and that he then was able to travel from Tatooine to Geonosis in open space across the dotted line dividing the Arcanus sector.
The player would then trigger Episode 2 events on Geonosis, which would then carry them onto Coruscant, thus unlocking Coruscant, thus unlocking the sector, and allowing you to travel within that sector. So, in conclusion, there are simply really two forms of open space travel here we're looking at. Number 1, you can just fly wherever you want. It is a completely open world map with a fast travel mechanic. Or
you can travel within a sector across the dotted lines. This makes perfect sense with this map, as it would indicate that while a dotted line is one that can be freely traveled across, a solid line is one which can only be traveled across either by way of the story taking you there or by traveling through hyperspace in fast travel. So what do you guys think? Do you think that you're able to travel across the galaxy unrestrained, that you're able to travel across sectors unrestrained, or that we're going to be completely tied down to the fast travel mechanic wherever we want to go? Let us know in the comments down below what you think. We really do feel confident in our theories, and we hope that they've given you a little bit more insight as to what to expect from this game when we finally get our hands on it in about 8 months or 8 years. I hope it's the former, not the latter. Anyways, guys, as always, you are welcome to join the Lunar Squadron. Please feel welcome to enlist by hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification button right on next to it. It's going to let you know every single time that Nick and I upload the latest and greatest LEGO Star Wars, Indiana Jones, all the stuff that you love and we love, videos, and if you haven't done so already, please feel welcome to join our Discord. It's been an absolute blast. The link to join is going to be in the description down below. We've already spent hours talking to subs in that Discord and giving people sneak peeks behind the scenes in the development of videos such as this one right now. Also, another great way to get in touch with Lunar Squadron is via our social media pages. You can feel free to reach out to us or stay in touch with us on Twitter or on Instagram at Lunar Squadron. Well, Nick, I think that's going to do it for today. We've given all of you more than enough to chew on by way of Lunar Squadron theory. We will see you all next time.